Everybody grab your cups. It's Free Your Mind Friday. And you know what else, Lady-O? It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday, what? It's Friday then. It's Saturday, Sunday, what? Let's go.
Let's go, Tracy.
Say I am unstoppable. Let me hear you say I am unstoppable. And let the horns play. Oh yeah. I heard that I would fail. Then I heard you won't prevail. Then I heard all the things that I can't do. And then you strength.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. I am your host, Tracy Berry McGee, also known as Divine T.
Yes, you are. And you know I'm Yolanda Langford. They call me Lady Yo.
Lady-O, you know it is Free Your Mind Friday, y'all. It's been another busy week. I'm drinking my coffee black, no sugar and no cream, and my cup is full. What about you, Lady-O? What's in your cup?
Oh, I couldn't even wait to talk. Girl, my cup is overflowing. What a week I had. Just full of gifts and love, and it was just wonderful. And you know I'm sipping on that black roast from Caldi's.
That's right. You know, I drink it black, but mine is the breakfast blend. I keep talking about the different kinds of coffee that they have, but the breakfast blend, it just balances me out. It balances me out. Speaking of being balanced, you know, we're swimming into Pisces season. I just got to ask you, do you have a favorite Pisces?
Let me tell y'all, it's her.
Yes.
Tracy's birthday is this month, and you know we will be celebrating all month. You know, we at 55, we can't just celebrate one day.
I just want to say, just in all, I'm not a February Pisces, y'all. I'm a March baby.
Yes.
But we're going into season because it is February 25th, and you know, that's what it's all about. But yes, I am a Pisces, but I also have a couple of other questions. I want to ask you, what does it look like for you when you're coming up with your affirmation words? Because I have an affirmational quote today.
Oh, that's right. Well, you know, I just think about the things that have helped me through my life. And we have plenty of affirmation words to choose from. And I just look at my life and say, this meant something to me. So, Tracy,
Yes.
you just gave it away. She says she has an affirmation quote. Give it to us.
Okay, I had to sip slowly for this one. It's a quote by the beloved Dr. Maya Angelou. It is, nothing can dim the light which shines within you. And you know what? I see you shining. I see you shining all the time, shining.
You know, I appreciate that because, you know, sometimes you just don't know if you're out there giving that positive vibe. So thank you for recognizing that I am shining. But I want to know, because you know all things about books and words. Do you have a favorite? Is there someone who's like, that's my favorite, that's my go-to?
Yes, my favorite storyteller would have to be Dr. Maya Angelou.
Absolutely.
You know, hands down. Of course, she's from the STL. But you know what? We've had quite a few storytellers. Speaking of, who is our Vibrant Vibe guest of the week?
Tracy, I'm so excited. We have the one and only 3-time Emmy winner, Mr. Bobby Norfolk. And I have an exclusive. It's his birthday.
That's right. You all shout him out. Happy birthday, Mr. Norfolk. You know, he also hosted the Emmy-nominated series, Children's Theater at Bobby's House. Both shows were based out of St. Louis, and they promoted themes of character, education, and literacy, and storytelling. So no matter who you are or where you come from, the human spirit wants and needs to be validated.
Yes.
And our culture is rooted in stories. Lady-O, was there someone in your life that was a storyteller?
Let me tell you, all my life, I would just wait for Saturdays to go to my grandmother's house because, you know, I lived on the farm, so we'd have to travel about an hour to go to my grandmother's house. And just to hear her and her sister tell the stories of how they came from Louisiana, how they all came to California, and their lives they had back in Louisiana and in California. And a lot of it was told through songs. So just to hear them sing getting those spirituals was
Yes.
just so overwhelming. And I cannot go without saying something about my Aunt Cynthia.
I love
you
her.
Know, we love her. She's an owner. Her words have traveled the world. And you know, she was on the show and she recited, "I Have a Dream." She has been reciting that for many, many years, but she hadn't in about 10 years until she came on our show. So,
well, you know what? She definitely left an impact on me and everyone else.
Yes.
Well, we are definitely in for a treat. When we get back, get ready to listen to the beautiful short stories performed by our Vibe in the Box guest, the Bobby Norfolk. Life is all about the journey. Life's curves, hitting the road fast or slow. Celebrations, anniversaries, and birthdays. Everything in life is about moving forward. Whatever direction you choose to go far, go in style. New or used, go with Fraser Automotive.
I wanted to do this project because I am obsessed with Black historical figures and the documentaries of them. And what I noticed was there was a gap in those stories. My thought was to choose 3 Black women from 3 different eras. So I chose these 8 amazing women from St. Louis. And when I say they brought it, they absolutely brought it. I highlighted Erica Huggins, Leontine Price, and Florence Mills. I want this project to show people that as Black women on the inside of creating something like this, we can collectively collaborate, be effective, and honor our people that came before us. And then on the other end, I want people to know who these women are.
My friends and I made this for you.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I am Bobby Norfolk, storyteller. Keep watching On Your Now show on TV Network. This is Bobby Norfolk, story performer and teaching artist. Let me give you a small snippet of the Harlem Renaissance, New York City's Harlem. This first piece, Langston Hughes, one of the giants of the Harlem Renaissance. One of my favorite pieces is A Dream Deferred, with some artistic license at the end. What happens to a dream deferred? Does it drop like a raisin in the sun, or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat, or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or like Ferguson, boom, does it explode? There's another piece by a man named Dudley Randall. He wrote an imaginary argument between these two men, Booker T. Washington, founder of Tuskegee Institute in Alabama, and his antithesis. That's a vocabulary word for you all, antithesis. W.E.B. Du Bois. Oh, if you know French 101, Du Bois. Born in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, co-editor of Crisis Magazine, co-founder of the NAACP. These men battle constantly. Here's one of their battles called Booker T and W.E.B. It seems to me, said Booker T, it shows a mighty lot of cheek running around here studying chemistry and Greek when Mr. Charlie needs a hand to hold the cotton on his land. When Miss Ann looks for a cook Why stick your nose inside a book? I don't agree, said W.E.B. For if I should have the drive to seek knowledge of chemistry or Greek, I'll do it. Now Charles and Miss can look some other place for hand or cook. But there are some folks who rejoice in skill of hand, and some in the cultivation of land, and then there are others who maintain the right to cultivate the brain. It seems to me, said Booker T, all you folks that missed the boat, you shouting about the rights to vote. You spend vain days and sleepless nights in some uproar called civil rights. Keep your mouths shut. Do not gross. Just work and save and buy your house. I don't agree, said W.E.B. For what good can property avail if dignity and justice fail? Unless you help to make the laws, they'll steal your house with a trumped-up clause. A rope is tight, a fire is hot, no matter how much cash you got. Now you speak soft, you try your little plan, but as for me, I'll be a man. It seems to me, said Booker T, I don't agree, said W.E.B. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 boom. Scott Joplin wrote that song, The Entertainer, here in St. Louis, Missouri in the year 1902. As a matter of fact, that was on his business card. Somebody said, Mr. Joplin, you have a business card? Sure. Bam! They read it. It said, Scott Joplin, The Entertainer. About 100 years later, an African-American comedian from the St. Louis area used that same moniker in his nickname. We know Cedric.
Thank you so much. We are so honored to be with you and to hear your voice. Yes, we have the Bobby Norfolk, 3-time Emmy winner. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
All right, same back at you.
Same back at you. Well, good morning. It is truly an honor to finally meet you. I've heard wonderful stories about you. We want to know what's in your cup, sir.
I'm so glad you asked. It's called Turmeric Vitality Honey Chai. Presents for the ladies.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Try that on your leisure.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you so much.
I love these. They actually have quotes on them, and so that really explains what it means for you to be a storyteller. I want to talk about the eye to the sky. I'm looking here at your memoir. What does it mean to share your own story?
First, to go back when I was a stutterer. I stuttered from kindergarten to the 10th grade.
Wow.
Every time I opened my mouth, like, and so of course kids made fun of me, so I retreated into books. Mm-hmm. I thought if I had books in my face, nobody would ask me to talk. Wrong. I had these master teachers who saw things in me I didn't see in myself. They put me in drama class, glee club, choral, talent shows, poetry recitals. Whenever I performed, I wouldn't stutter. Then,
interesting.
10th grade drama teacher said, young man, why don't you study some meditation before you go on stage? I said, I'm with that.
I love it. I love it.
Stuttering was gone.
Wow.
That's interesting. I've often heard that people who stutter and sing, when they sing, they don't stutter.
Yes. Meter, rhythm, and rhyme.
Meter, rhythm, and rhyme. That's something to put in my knowledge here.
Yes.
Now, you know, you said the brain is hardwired for storytelling. Explain that to us.
I found out through my research as a storyteller that everything we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell comes to a story. For example, if you wore a nice silk dress at your prom, and then 30 years later, you roll up into a department store and you see a silk dress and you feel that fabric,
Right.
you will be transported back to your prom.
Absolutely. I agree.
Happens every time. Same thing with the other senses.
Right.
It transports you back. And so it's in our DNA to tell stories.
You know, I often say that I love reading out loud, and I know that there are defining moments in our lives that change us. I was looking through your memoir, and I want everybody to see this,
Yes.
Eye to the Sky. One of the pages, you literally talked about being a student, a defining moment at the University of Missouri St. Louis. I'm a graduate of the University of Missouri St. Louis as well. But one of those questions that we always ask, and I'm gonna let Yolanda ask this question because I know exactly what it is, but those defining moments for us as youth going into college, trying to define ourselves. What's the question?
What would you tell your 18-year-old self?
To be more dedicated, be more focused. Yes, because a quitter never wins and a winner never quits. People don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan.
Wow, they failed to plan. And that's something that I think that speaks to the journey of what we have seen with you. You have done so many things, from writing books and speaking to our youth and having your own talk show. Talk to us about that journey, because this is 40 years in the making of so many different historical moments. What stands out for you?
The main thing that stands out, that I thought that after I graduated from UMSL, I would be a stand-up comedian.
Well, you know, I will say this: you are quite funny. Now, and when you perform with all your body, and you have some comedy in some of your performances.
Yeah.
So
I did 8 years in the stand-up
Okay.
comedy realm, 8 years, and so I had an opening act called Zach and Mac, and I was the storyteller, comedian. And so Zach and Mac thought that Bobby, because they were big boys, okay? So they had me put on 15 coats so I looked like them. And then when they would announce my name on the microphone, the Rubber Band Man by the Spinners would
I know
play.
that song. I know that
Oh,
song.
yeah. Hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the Rubber Band Man.
That's it. That's
And
it.
I would peel off the coats in a strip tease.
I love it. I love. See, you are still comical. You are still comical.
Oh my goodness.
Now, you know, I had heard that you have 3 Emmys. How does that feel when you hear your name announced and your work is recognized?
It was incredible. It was surreal, because on the Channel 4 TV show Gator Tales, it was a children's show. I based it on the Muppets, because I called it a children's show for adults.
Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So, you know, I was talking to the babies, you know, but some of that stuff went right over their heads.
Yes, but you got the message to the
Yes,
adults, okay?
Yes, yes. And so it was that energy that I put into the show that created the Emmy nominations each time. I would have won 4, except for the Campton Kangaroo special on PBS.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Well,
but
you are a
gotta give
star
it-
in your own right, and
That's
just
it.
have won those Emmys. It just tells that the world was watching, and they appreciate you.
Yes, yes, we appreciate you. You know, I'm going back to your memoir, because everything is about our legacy.
Yes.
And just listening to all of the stories that you have told and the history, even earlier today, thinking about Langston Hughes and all of that rich history. You being from St. Louis, you're a graduate of Sumner High School, right?
Yes,
Talk
ma'am.
to us about how was it in that era coming up and being in tune to all of the issues that even impact us today?
Yes.
Yes. You know, being a boomer, okay, came from the 60s. And it's so interesting to note is that from 69 when I graduated, and then I went to Forest Park Community College to get that GPA up before I went to UMSL.
Right.
I started seeing all these things that were happening in America, because back in Sumner, I didn't know about Malcolm X.
Okay.
Right.
Somehow that eluded us in history class at Sumner. And all of a sudden I'm hearing about Malcolm, And he became my hero. And so I started to emulate that energy and the power that he put into the Black experience. And so that catapulted me. And then when I went to UMSL, I was the co-founder of ABC, the Association of Black Collegians.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
Getting the nuggets today.
I did not know that.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. So I know it's Associated Black Collegians now, but it was the association. And we were on every campus throughout St. Louis.
Yes, yes. It's really interesting that you're sharing all of these different pieces of who you are and how you have evolved. And I think it's so important that we have more of these master classes for everyone to experience.
Yes, exactly.
Talk to us about what's next for you. What is it that you would just love to be able to do? Because I love we're sitting here in
just
front of legacy.
Yes. What are you going to bring to the world?
What's next?
I remember Ruth Pointer from the Pointer Sisters said, somebody said, what do you do when you reach the top? She said, hop from peak to peak.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to use that one, hop from peak to peak.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's next?
You know, I would really like to get more into national television.
Yes.
I really want to push that thrust. And more into publication, because the book Eye to the Sky and the subtitle is Storytelling on the Edge of Magic. And so I wanted to put Head to the Sky, but some rock group stole that from me first. So I give that up to Maurice White.
Okay. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Earth.
Yes.
I love all these people that you can just relate to. Pointer Sisters, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And I know you got a little baseball in your DNA and in your repertoire. But you know, before you go, we have to ask the magical question. What is your affirmation word? What is that word? And I know you have a lot. What is that word that means that to you, the thing to you?
You see, on my UMSL cup, there are about 15 different affirmations, but I choose purpose. Purpose.
Talk to us
the
about
intention that wakes you up every morning, why you were put on this planet, what you need to do to succeed before you leave the planet. Leave that legacy, plant those seeds and germinate, because Marcus Garvey said a person without culture and without history of their culture is like a tree with no roots. So that's what I want to do. Plant as many roots as I can. Let them know there's no school like old school, okay?
All right.
You millennials out there.
Yes!
No school like old school.
Oh my goodness. This has been an absolute joy. We just want to thank you for planting your roots here with us.
Thank you so much.
Sowing seeds into us. We are forever grateful. We're going to continue to grow.
We are going to continue to grow.
We really will.
Thank you again.
Thank
Pleasure's
you.
all mine.
Thank you. Thank
All right,
you.
all right.
Well, when we return, we will get ready for the Own Your Now flow. And we just want to thank Mr. Bobby Norfolk for coming on.
It's not about exact measurements or the perfect dice when it comes to cooking. Good food is about feeling, inspired food is about comfort, and pure food is about feeding the soul. You have to have soul to feed people right, so pull up a chair, take a taste, and let Pure Catering do the cooking. Visit Pure Catering Cafe STL at the Missouri Historical Society today.
Lefties, where the sauce is whipped. The ingredients are fresh. Lefties, the mixes are magical. And the rice is everything. Come get you a plate for $7.99 and experience the hype of Lefties fried rice. Lefties.
We want to thank storyteller, story performer, Mr. Bobby Norfolk for vibing with us. And we want you all to stay connected and follow him on all his social media outlets. If you want to book him, the information is listed below. Lady Yo, what is your affirmation word for today?
After listening to him, only one word comes to mind: knowledge.
Knowledge.
Yes.
Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power for this hour, and it creates a legacy for us. We want you all to remember to never ever dim your light. You need to constantly remember to allow it to shine, but also find purpose in what it is that you do, and the knowledge will continue to be there with you. Until next time, keep your cups full.
Go out and create some vibrant vibes. Keep sipping on peace, love, and positivity.
And remember, tomorrow isn't promised, so own your now.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled.